Because the way I was motivating myself was by saying, you're the fattest person to ever be fat in the history of fat people. Fat people look at you and they think that you're fat. So I'd set the goal to hit 2,000 calories. And at the end of the day, I hit 2,000 calories. But then I'd stuff my face with another 500 to 1,000. And this went on for months. Just every couple days, something like that would happen. Until I discovered this trick that hot girls have actually known since the 90s. It helped me get super consistent on my diet, and I'm actually so shocked at how easy this is. If you just want the no-nonsense quick way to build an aesthetic physique without any fluff, link in the description for my 35 video practical course. To give you an idea of how it felt before, it was like taking a rubber band, right? If you take a rubber band over here, you stretch it out, I'd get leaner, right? And then I'd always just snap back, right? Or I would always just try to get lean. I'd try to get to this point of leanness, but I would always just get to this point and I just couldn't quite get to that point that I wanted to be at. Well, that was because the way I was motivating myself was by saying, you're the fattest person to ever be fat in the history of fat people. Fat people look at you and they think that you're fat. You're the fattest person they've ever seen in their life. Fat people look at you and they're disgusted by you. Blah, 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 blah. Like drill sergeant style, right? I was like, you know what? This gets me fired up. This gets me motivated when I'm over there on the bike doing my cardio. You're so fat. Fat people hate you because they think you're too fat, right? Like... Like, I kid you not, that's how I motivated myself. And on every cut, I did that. And on every cut, I just couldn't quite stick to the diet. I'd lose weight, I'd make some progress, but I'd never get dried out. I'd never get peeled. And it was just because I was using the wrong way. I was adopting the identity of a fatty, right? It was to motivate me like, hey, you're fat, you need to lose the weight, you worthless piece of whatever, right? But that made me adopt the identity of a fat person. So when I was at night, I was like, you know, I hit my 2,000 calories. Oh, I'm still a bit hungry. And like a fat person, I would eat another 500 to 1,000 extra calories right before bed. So what's the solution to this rubber band problem where this is your starting point, you try to get here, but you just can't quite get there and the band snaps, or it pulls you back? What's the solution, right? You got this rubber band, you want to get it to this point? Change this point, change the baseline, change where it started, then it's easy to get there, right? And hot chicks have known this since the 90s. So, you know, I'm in the fitness space. So whenever I'm scrolling on Instagram, I see fitness content, right? And Instagram sometimes shows me the chick side of the fitness industry. And with the chick space, right, they have this thing where hot girls motivate less hot chicks to lose weight by, they'll say something like, you don't want to eat that donut because like the donut's going to give you a big back, right? And you don't want to do what it takes to be a skinny legend, so you're going to have a big back, right? Or it's like the one chick's talking about, oh, she's bulking now, and then the other chick's like, whatever, I'm a skinny legend, right? So chicks have a term that they identify with in order to help them lose the weight, and they call themselves skinny legends. Now, the male version of that, I'm not going to assign a term because that's kind of cringe. But what I started doing and what's going to work for you is you look at yourself in the mirror, right? And you visualize yourself at the body fat percentage that you want to be at. This is not some woo-woo visualization nonsense. But when I started saying, instead of, you're so fat, fat people hate you because you're fatter than they are and you're the fattest person in the history of the world to ever be fat, right? Like, I started saying, you're 8% body fat, I'm so shredded, I'm so lean, I'm such a lean person and I'm getting even leaner because I'm such a super lean person. And when I started doing that, boom, 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 every single day, consistent. No skipping, no going over the calories. Some days I'm even under the calories and then I have to like discipline myself to eat more because it's not good to undereat on the calories too much. And it's like magic, just boom, 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 perfect every single day, right? And it's just because I started saying to myself, I'm lean. I'm 8% body fat, I'm 8% body fat. And I'd look in the mirror and I'm like 17% body fat. And it would feel so cringe, and it still feels cringe. I'm down to like 14% now, right? And I'm getting down to 8%. And it just felt so cringe. It just felt so cringe, but it works. And when you're like 25% body fat and you're standing there saying, I'm 11%, I'm 12%, I'm 13%, it's gonna feel so cringe. But I haven't found anything else that has made a diet any easier than this. This is like, this is like some cheat code level nonsense, like up, up, down, down, left, left, right, right, like with the video game cheat codes and stuff. Now, with this, hunger in the day-to-day, in the short term, in the little 1 hour, 2 hour brackets while you're waiting for your next meal, hunger can get crazy. I'm telling you, like I'd be lying on the bed and I've got like hunger pains and I'm like, I gotta wait 45 minutes for my next meal, right? I gotta wait another hour for my next meal, right? So my little, like, semi-autistic, I'm not actually autistic, but dang, I think it's close, right? Like, oh, okay. So I came up with this trick that just instantly fixes hunger. And that's what I do is I grab on to a portion of fat somewhere on my body, right? For me, it's like the leg area here, you know? I got a bit of leg fat, right? So my abs are lean and everything's lean, but my legs are always fat, right? Even when I cut down. So I grab onto my leg fat and I'm squeezing it. And number one, what that does is it reminds me of why I'm doing this. Like, why am I doing it? Well, I'm literally squeezing the reason for it. I'm trying to get rid of this, right? And the second thing it does to help get rid of hunger, because like if you know why you're doing it, you can withstand almost any how, right? You can withstand anything if you know why you're doing it. So if you grab onto that fat, that's a reminder for you of why you're doing it. But number two, technically you are consuming fat throughout the day. Like your body breaks down your fat tissue and it goes into your bloodstream and does a bunch of sciencey stuff and keeps you alive when you don't have calories from food. So technically you are eating your fat 24/7. So if I'm hungry, technically I already have food. I'm literally holding it. I'm like squeezing it. And what I do, this sounds autistic as heck. This sounds really, really autistic. But what I do is I imagine like the fat being squeezed out into the bloodstream and then my body consumes it. Because technically that's happening on like a global scale, right? But if you imagine that happening, somehow it just fixes your hunger, right? You're just not hungry because you realize, oh, I have all this excess adipose tissue that is going to keep me alive. But that you consciously know that, but it helps your subconscious to really understand that. And it takes away hunger until your next meal. And then you're hungry again. So this is hard. This is not easy. It's not supposed to be easy, right? And you're gonna feel hungry, but there are ways that you can manage it, and it becomes really easy if you start to say, I'm 8% rather than I'm the fattest person to ever be fat in the history of fat people. So there you go. So now you've got the mindset to get you through the diet, but how do you actually know how long your diet's gonna take? If you wanna know exactly how long your diet's gonna take to get to your exact goal, click this video.